wanted to talk about this movie the past 2 Halloween specials, because this is a movie that every time I bring up is one of my favorite just cheesy horror movies. A lot of people have not seen this movie, which is crazy. So I'm here today to tell you that if you have not watched Creepshow, you must watch this movie this Halloween because it is a blast.
Creepshow, the most fun you'll ever have being scared.
This movie was released in 1982 and is directed by the one and only George Romero, which, rest in peace, you will be missed, and is written by Stephan King. Also stars Stephan King in one of the 5 stories, because Creepshow is an anthology movie, a movie that has different stories in one compound 2-hour movie, and I wish we would see this kind of style be due nowadays. We don't. Like, seriously, it's out there, but not majorly released, and in 1982, I think Creepshow seriously should be talked about as a cult classic, or as just overall a classic, because a lot of people that are like older, my mom as an example, she knows this movie, and she really likes this movie. She also is very scared of this movie, which we'll get to in a minute, but when I first saw this movie as a kid, it actually really creeped me out. There are some really creepy imagery in this movie, and I'm not going to get into deep dive spoilers of this movie because, again, I just don't think a lot of people have seen it who have watched my channel. So, watch this movie because I really want to talk more about it with you guys in the comments or wherever, but for this review, do not worry, I will not go in deep spoilers. Now, these 5 stories all have their fun moments. I do like more than others, but in general, I think all 5 for this one movie really do work. I think all of them have their really creepy moments, fun and cheesy moments, but overall, as a kid, everything kind of creeped me out in a way. Now, with the first one, Father's Day, all I can really say is the actual zombie creature we see in this one is downright unsettling, and how he talks and says, "Where's my cake?" Little cheesy at the very end, especially the final shot, especially how it's just very much in your face stupid. But I can say this, for this one creature being its main villain and having an all-star cast in this first one with like Ed Harris, very small role, it's a very fun opening and first story, I would say. And I think a lot of people say it's like their second or third favorite, but for me, I would probably agree, honestly. It's very fun and cheesy. The Lonesome Death of Jordy Verrill is just honestly crazy stupid. It's probably my second to least favorite, but Stephan King is having a total blast in this story. He plays a farmer who finds an alien egg, and it hatches, and the night does not turn in what he wants. It's very corny. Seriously, it is corny. I wouldn't even say it's honestly scary. I will say the ending of this story is kind of sad, if you ask me. Seriously, because how it wraps up, I kind of feel bad for what ends up happening. Again, I don't want to spoil the movie, but for this story, it's very stupid and corny, but it ends kind of sad. Something to Tide You Over is my least favorite story, and honestly, it's because it feels so out of place, and the pacing of this one feels the slowest. I don't know which one's the longest, maybe The Crate, but for this one, Leslie Nielsen as a bad guy who's playing a serious role, and it's the guy from Cheers. I don't know, it's an interesting concept, and what the ending happens I like, because it finally feels like a Creepshow story, but for the most part, it's kind of slow. It's more thriller and more intense, and it loses like the fun of Creepshow, but still a good story and still creepy enough to where at the very end you get your comic book oh my goodness moment and kind of cheesy, but again, most of it is more serious and chilling whatever, and I enjoy that part, especially the makeup, but it's my least favorite. But then you have The Crate, which as a kid is the one that creeped me out, because this one feels the longest. I almost guarantee this is the longest one. I think it is, but I will say this creature in the crate under the stairs, the scene where the janitor opens it and is pulled into this crate, as a kid, terrified me. When the one student is pulled under the stairs and we get a just complete comic book frame of him being, you know, I, as a kid, was creeped out. This was the one that stuck with me, and I think a lot of people say this is their favorite. I would honestly say probably so, but this is the one that actually makes me scared a little bit. This is the one I'm like, that's a design for a monster. That's very scary. And finally, They're Creeping Up on You is my mom's favorite one ever. My mom said when she was younger and this movie came out, she saw it and she said, this is the movie, this whole story is the reason why she is scared of cockroaches. And if you've seen this story, seeing a very clean man try to kill these cockroaches turns into a very disgusting night. It goes by real quick. This one and the Stephan King one is probably the quickest one, but this one is very icky and disturbing, and it's scary because it feels more realistic because it deals with cockroaches and bugs, which if you don't like them, do not watch this one because it gets in your skin. Like, literally. Overall, like I said, I'm not trying to spoil this movie, but I think a lot of people should watch this movie. George Romero, the style he used in this movie is perfect. It feels like a comic book. It really does. The story of this kid reading the comic book and being punished for it and seeing these 5 stories is so much fun. This is a perfect, spooky, fun, little scary, lot of cheesy, fun movie on Halloween night. Seriously, I enjoy this movie so much. George Romero's style, the lighting, the over dramatic moments, the cheesy moments, I don't care. Creepshow is one of those movies that when it's on, I love watching it. It is so corny and so much fun. And like I said, it creeped me out as a kid, so watching it now, it has a little creepy moments, but again, it is awesome. I'm gonna give Creepshow an A-. So if you have seen this movie, tell me what is your favorite story in this movie. A lot of people love The Cray, but honestly, Father's Day and The Cray and the Bug one is like 3 just awesome tier. Like, those 3 are really good. And I've never seen the show. I would love to watch it, but I've never got a chance to watch it. Anyway, guys, enjoy this Halloween movie review, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, everyone.